Do that. And let's go with some more EU4. Nobody knows how EU4 works. I know a fair amount about EU4. I actually think there's more hidden stuff in Hearts of Iron than there is in EU4. Like air stuff. That is completely hidden in Hearts of Iron. Like, nobody knows how the Air Force works in Hearts of Iron. Alright, so what the hell were we doing? I think we were literally just getting treasury. We were, improving treasury, getting ready to pay off our 5 remaining loans. Once that's done, we can continue building up our economy. And, oh right, the other thing we were doing, which is one of the new features, is moving from legalism towards mysticism so that we can actually go and convert the various Coptic provinces that we took from the Ethiopian region. Alright, good. Nobody knows how the Air Force works in EU4 either. Fair point! That is a very fair point. All we know is it's important to have air superiority. Yeah. Flying camels, beware of them. Camel Sopwiths. That's World War I knowledge right there. Nobody knows how stopping Ming as Timurids work. Yeah, quite a few people were commenting on that saying, oh, you should have done this, you should have just scrapped all of your vassals. Well, the whole point are the vassals. Yes, I could have done that and continued, but it kind of loses its flavour then. It's like playing Burgundy and having gotten rid of all of your vassals then. Anyway, I'm not going to moan about that anymore. The rituals of the Hajj. The many rituals of the Hajj include Tawaf, where the pilgrims visit the Kaaba and walk around it 7 times counterclockwise, uttering a prayer in each circuit, ending the ritual by praying and running or walking 7 times between the hills of Safa and Marwa. The next day, the pilgrims leave for Mount Arafat, where they stand in contemplative vigil and pray and recite the Quran. The night is spent sleeping on the grounds of Muzdalifah. The day after, the pilgrims throw stones to signify the defiance of the devil at the largest pillar known as the Jamarat Aqaba. When the 7 stones have been thrown, the pilgrims slaughter animals to commemorate the story of Abraham and Ishmael. The pilgrimage is almost over, but some tasks still remain. Move towards legalism. I don't want to go to legalism. I want mysticism. Imagine you're a Mamluk citizen in 1495 and see a flying camel. Well, these are like the forebearers of the slaughter of Somalia that we just witnessed. So, you know, they're going to become a great people. They really are. Okay, so the Hanbali Scholars has finished, which means we are no longer getting the aggressive expansion bonus. So let's go and check another school. So we could go with the Hanafi again, because we have still got very good relations with Dul-Qadir. Or we could go for Hanbali, which gives us the aggressive expansion impact. The Maliki don't like us because Tunis's opinion of us is not 150, though we can definitely bump that up. We are allied with them. And that would give us more development cost. Considering how far ahead of time I am in technology and how well we are doing actually with ideas, I think I'm going to try and beef up our relations with Tunis. So let's go ahead and improve relations with you. Also, we can get another royal marriage, which we should do. And also double check the royal marriages with the other allies and vassals, because we have just got a new ruler. So there are probably a couple of them who are outstanding. Ottomans are claiming stuff from me. That would not be clever. Ooh! The Byzantines beat Venice in a war. Fantastic. And Ragusa is beating Serbia in a war. I love the fact that Byzantium's actually taken Greece back again from Venice. That's awesome. I can't believe Byzantium's still alive. Like, what the hell? That's awesome. I could get another idea. We are way ahead of time in terms of admin. Am I waiting to core anything? I am not. I am waiting to state things, though, which we do need to do. So Mecca is definitely the first one we need to state. It has 36 development. So Mecca is that one. We're going to make you into a state. Bink. And then the next one would be the Red Sea Coast, which is probably you. No, that's Medina. Red Sea Coast, that would be you. State. And then Chukkanarova, where I'm... No, that's not complete. Medina would be the next one, which is you. Bink. Off-topic question, will I do a Kaiserreich Russia series? I really want to. I really, really want to, because I absolutely loved playing as Russia. The problem is they keep on coming out with so many other interesting countries, and I'm kind of limited in how many I want to do. So yes is the answer. I just don't know when. Because I would absolutely love to do a series again with Wrangle, which is actually streamed and then put up onto YouTube afterwards. Right, so those are done, so I need to go and recore some things, which is not too expensive. That should also make me a bunch more money. Do I want to meddle at all with the edicts? I'm not sure I do, but I might do. Do any of you provide trade? Yes. Mecca does. So Mecca might well be a trading stop. It is actually in Alexandria, which is providing even more trade for Alexandria. So yes, we absolutely want to turn you into a trade post. So trade power plus 50%. Do it. Do it now. And also, actually, Damascus should probably be a trade power place, because I just noticed that Damascus itself is an inland centre of trade. So go ahead and do that and increase the amount of trade I'm getting out of Aleppo. He said you wouldn't switch sides 5 minutes ago, and here you are playing as the Mamluks. I'm playing as the forefathers of the slaughterers of the Somalian uprising. That counts. Is there any way the Byzantines can actually win against the Ottomans? Oh yeah, absolutely. One of these days I'll have to do a game as Byzantium. They're not as fun for me as playing as the Knights. Like, one of the most fun games I've ever had in this was playing as the Knights. Yes, this one little OPM. Going up against the Ottomans, using the hell out of their massive bonuses to galley combat strength, and just being the absolute terror of the Mediterranean. It was so much fun. But Byzantium can essentially do the same thing. The key is having big allies. You just need to have really big allies. See you, George. Have I embraced the Renaissance? I have indeed embraced the Renaissance. We are very enlightened here in Egypt. In fact, most of the world has by this point, because we're only 4 years away from colonialism. Well, most of the European area. Also, we have ships. We have barks. Where are you protecting trade? You are actually protecting Alexandria. I am okay with this. I would usually think of protecting trade in Alexandria as being going up there. But no, you could totally do that in the Red Sea. And this is way safer than going up here, because up here you have all the Mediterranean naval powers. Down here, you don't really. So what I might do is grab you lot and have you try and sail around to here. You can't, because it's too far away. Alright, stay mothballed. What are you? You can also mothball. Cool. Right, who else do I not have royal marriages with? What's the easiest way of seeing? Checking this list. Dowershire. I do not have a royal marriage with you. Najd, I don't. Shamnir, I don't. So I don't have any, is basically what you're telling me. Well, alright then. Royal marriage. Next one. Akanulu, which is you. You're being smashed by someone again. Can you please stop dying? That'd be lovely. Tunis I have. Fazan. Basra I don't. Basra. Fazan. Finance? Yeah, absolutely repay that. If I can afford it, you can repay it. And then Hadal I do have one. So done, 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 done. Dulkadir I haven't. Done, 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 done. Excellent. We have royal marriages with everyone except for Dulkadir. Who has... Oh no, it's Akanulu who's dying. Dulkadir is the one that I haven't got a royal marriage with yet. Okay. There we are. Problem solved. And I can get a military idea once again. We are still ahead of time in military, so that is totally fine. We get serfdom, which is another 33% manpower modifier, plus we get manpower recovery speed, which is awesome. It means it will take less than 10 years to recover our full manpower losses, and we're now up to 52,000 manpower maximum. So despite having got rid of most of the amirs, which were providing most of it, we're actually doing pretty okay for that. Right, the other one was to embrace this once we're friends with Tunis again. How far off are we? Not very. We just need to finish improving relations with them for a little bit longer. And I just got a message which I really ought to respond to. Regularly, yes. Right. We still can't do any more conversions because I still need to go more towards mysticism. One of the estates is unhappy. The Alima, again. You guys are always unhappy with me. Right. Do I have any more provinces which are just grain? Which I can give to you? I do. Although you were a 333, I'm sure I have something which is a bit worse. Like one of these. 111, already Alima. 222. 553? Wow, I gave you a surprisingly wealthy one there. Alima, there we go. The other one is who? What does the Amir still control? Because I'm still fairly sure that there are other grain and possibly some cattle areas down here which I could give to someone else. And therefore take back some of my very, very wealthy provinces. Away from your dirty, grubby hands. Alright, admin can go up again. Land maintenance modifier minus 10%. That would actually be really helpful. Yes, do that. And then we're just one idea away from finishing up economic ideas. Already in 1496, which is awesome. If you are the Mamluks and you conquer Africa, are you an African empire or colonial empire? African. Okay. Unhappiness amongst the clergy. I just gave you land! Conflict of opinion and interest over religious and secular matters between our government and our nation's religious authorities has upset the clergy. So we can ignore them, which makes their loyalty go down, but does increase mysticism, or move us massively towards legalism. Oh, we also gain prestige this way. No, we are going to lose them some loyalty and move towards mysticism. So the Alima aren't going to like us. They're like the landed clergy of the Catholic nations. We have renewed a loan. Yeah, so be it. And Protestant Reformation. Aha! Right, I'd totally forgotten about that thing. Cool. Am I going to improve the production in Gem Province? I have a Gem Province? I do have a Gem Province. One of the formerly most crappy provinces is now super valuable. Interesting. Yeah, probably. I mean, this is part of the reason that I want to get the relations up with Tunis, so that I can get the minus 10 development cost dudes. Also, I really need to finish reinforcing my army so they can get back up to full strength. Mystics and storytellers, many among the Olima, would question the great influence the storytellers have over the life of the common men. Traditional heroes' stories of our people are centuries old, but they risk making a cult out of seriously distorted fates of historical figures. A prominent cleric in Delta have taken a strong stand against the storytellers of the realm, and cautions that religious scholars of the past have warned that obsessive listening to stories could lead to false worship. Nope. Stories are good. More mysticism. So we're at minus 10. We now have missionary strength of plus 0.3, which means that we are getting closer and closer to these actually being possible. So we're going to start working on it. Age of Discovery ends in 117 months. 15% more tax. Oh, wow. I hadn't even noted what that bonus was. What did the cattle give me? Supply limit modifier plus 50%. In fact, let's have a look around. What do the different things give? Salt gives defensiveness. Sugar. Unrest. We've already checked you. Fish. Local sailors modifier. Makes sense. Spices. Monthly devastation minus that. Okay. Cloth. Development cost same as cotton. Grain. I'm going to assume it's also supply limit. No, it's force limit. Plus 0.5. Okay. Silk. Trade power. Plus 2. Very nice. Iron. Local construction time minus 20%. Not quite as good as tropical wood, which reduces construction cost. You're also development, which I thought. Incense. Ooh, actually have some incense. Cool. Trade value modifier plus 10%. So these are really good for selling to people. Wool. Friendly movement speed plus 10%. Really? Huh. And it's friendly movement speed. It's not any movement speed. Interesting. Wow, that's a lot of gems over here. That's an awful lot of gems over here. I need to take over Arabia. There's some serious monies over there. Slaves. Local missionary strength plus 1. Gold. Nothing. Copper. Local recruitment time minus 20%. Wine. Is local unrest minus 1. Naval supplies plus 0.5 force limit. That makes sense. Glass. That's one of the new ones. Plus 10% production efficiency. And, oh, actually, there's a fair amount of glass in Europe. I thought Venice would be one of the only places. I mean, it's not exactly common, but it's not rare either. Ooh. Really? Königsberg has become a gem producer. That's interesting. That suddenly made me want to play as the Teutonic Order. And form Prussia. Paper! Is state maintenance minus 10%. Ooh, wow, it's worth a lot of money too. Dyes. Local trade power plus 10%. Have I missed any furs? Of course. Trade power plus 10%. Tea! Garrison growth plus 25%. And also 25% more Mordred Viking. What else? I think we've seen all of those. Tropical wood. Local construction cost minus 20%. Lovely jubbly. Because I do remember building an absolute boatload of stuff in India, and also all the cotton down in India means that development there is super duper cheap. Oh yeah, China ware. Monthly autonomy change. I think that's probably all of them. Like, there's going to be tobacco, but I don't think that's produced anywhere here. And I can't see the New World, so I can't check over there either. No, that's it. What does coffee do? Coffee makes everything worse. I don't think coffee's even available. Is coffee even a resource in this? I think it's only tea, isn't it? Oh, cocoa's another. Oh, there it is. Coffee. Ugh. Plus 10% institution spread. Makes sense. I've already seen dyes. I checked dyes already. Where were they? There's some. Dyes were local trade power, 10%. Ivory, good point. Ivory is state maintenance minus 20%. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, no tobacco down here either. So there you go. But yeah, gems, plus 15% tax. Interesting. I'm definitely going to have to build up the Sinai a bit because of that. Also, I was checking where my estates were. There was actually a quick way of doing that, and that is through that one. So if I click on... Whoa, no. Not revoking. I just want to see what your trade good is. Unfortunately, there is no way of doing it from that map mode, so I'm going to have to go political, and then estates, and then I can just click on them. You produce grain, that's fine. You produce salt, so I probably want to get rid of you there. Sugar, rid of you there. Sugar, salt, sugar, fish, that's fine. Cattle, that's fine. Grain, cattle, paper, silk, cloth. So yes, there are still a couple of Amir provinces that I'm going to need to get rid of them from. But I still need to recover my forces. And actually, speaking of that, I think I'm going to bump up my maintenance a little bit, just so that my manpower can return. Putting up Sinai when you get universities would be a good idea, Mordred. That is fair. That is totally true. Can I use these yet? No, but they are building up fairly quickly, so it's not really a problem. That's demote culture. I could get Hijazi as a accepted culture. for 50 Diplo. I mean, they're a pretty large portion of my population now, so I think I am going to do that. Also Bedouin, because I have a feeling that my Bedouin numbers are going to expand in the future. So we'll go ahead and do that. How long am I being blocked from vassalizing somebody? Oh, that's ended. So I could totally go ahead and vassalize somebody else now. Shamar were the one that I was kind of looking at. I need to improve their relations, but I can do that. Actually, who are the most valuable? Fezan or Dulkadir. Or, really, Basra's really upset with me. I just need to improve relations with you. This is another... Oh, right. Allied uprising, not my uprising. Well, actually, I'm kind of getting my armies together anyway, so we will march to assist you. Am I planning to colonize any of the New World? Not initially. Like, if there's anything left, then maybe. One thing I might do is get expansion so I can colonize Africa. That is something I might well do. Or Indonesia. I'm actually really kind of tempted to go for Indonesia. Because historically, the Muslims did colonize Indonesia. A lot of Indonesia is Islamic because of that. Alright, let's go and attack them. They're not exactly strong. Squish, 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 squish. Squish, 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 squish. Beautiful. You're building armies so you can retake that. I can head back home. Lovely. And maintenance back down to half, so I'm not losing quite so much money. Cool. I could start converting you, but I don't really see the point in that. Gaining 450 manpower a month. Okay, cool. Can you kill cultures in this game? If so, what are the pluses and minuses? Well, you can't really kill them, but you can certainly convert cultures to your own. Like playing as the Mamluks. That's not good. Actually, this is good, because this means the Ottomans are going to be strong early on. Where I can contain them. Right, what was I saying? Cultures. Which is a thing very important for the Mamluks, because we get 50% reduction to the cost of... Oh no, it's promoting cultures. Never mind. Yes, you can culture convert. Usually it's really, really expensive, and generally it's better to just promote them. If you have one or two cultures, which is just a tiny, tiny minority that you just need to get rid of, you probably can. But generally it's not really worth the cost. Unless you're playing as like the Vikings in India, and you need to make India Norse. Then you might need to take a couple of ideas to allow you to do that. Right, we have rebels about to uprise, and they're going to rise up down here. So I think I do need to go full maintenance. Hopefully that maintenance is only so expensive because of the reinforcements right now, right? Yeah, plus 19 ducats because of reinforcements. Ouch! Rip Byzantium. Oh! Yeah. Wow, they disappeared fast. Oh, so happy they were doing so well and then gone. You are dying to other people. You are not dying to the Ottomans. I don't mind if other people take this territory. I just don't want the Ottomans to get it. And I am taking attrition down here, which is unacceptable. I'm just going to move you down here, and hopefully the enemy will spawn on where my troops are. Full annexation was demanded. Hisn Kaffa will pay 80 ducats. So Akanulu is actually doing stuff. And we're okay just sitting there. Bavaria will no longer transfer trade power. And that uprising is due to happen in 1.4 years. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to merge you guys together. I'm going to group you. I'm going to grab the cavalry. I'm going to run off with the cavalry up to, like, here and just start you training. And I'm going to give you my good general so you can get some more training. And I'm going to give you a different general for the infantry forces. And then if they rise up right under my infantry, it's not really a problem. While you guys are getting drilled. And that way, it doesn't matter that we're on full morale anyway. I'm still getting some benefit out of it. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's fine. The bourgeoisie request privileges. The bourgeoisie class has grown increasingly resentful of the power of the noble families, and particularly their lack of opportunities in the higher ranks of government. Their only route into power is to marry into poor but well-titled noble families, or pry open positions in government circles. So they can gain loyalty and the emirs will lose loyalty, or vice versa. Admin or Diplo. Well, I don't want to lose Diplo, so I'll happily lose the admin. Well, not happily, but I'd prefer to lose it. Akanulu, forced to give Afghanistan money, so they lost Afghanistan. How blobby is Europe and Asia? Asia is usually very blobby, just because of Mr. Blobby, aka Ming. I really wish they'd fixed Ming. But it's not usually too bad. Europe, generally, it's actually pretty well contained, because if one or two nations start to really blob up, then the others will very often ally against them in order to like maintain status quo. I'm actually pretty happy with how Europe's like developing in this. Like France really hasn't grown to its full strength, which is good because they're my rival. England still hasn't taken out Scotland. Poland and Lithuania didn't happen, so we haven't got the Commonwealth. Actually, did we? Oh yeah, they do have Lithuania. And Dulkadir has embraced the Renaissance. Congratulations. But generally it's actually looking pretty decent at the moment. The only one that's a little bit concerning is Castile. But they have not done the Iberian wedding with Aragon. And there it is, the uprising. 16,000 troops. They are... They have artillery. Oh, artillery are a thing. Oh, I missed that one. One tech ago. Tech level 17. 7, even. I think I'm going to move the cavalry up just in case you need support, but otherwise I'm just going to go ahead and attack you. I mean, you should be fine. Theoretically. I mean, yeah, you have loads more morale than they do. Which is good. Right, victory is ours. Huzzah! Any more rebels? Not anytime soon, so you guys can head back to Cairo and start training. You can head to there, and I'm going to drop your maintenance all the way. Alright then. Conversions can still happen, but I still need more mysticism. Right, relations with Tunis are now nice and high, so we can go ahead and embrace the development, guys. Which is you. And now I can consider developing Sina. Especially if I give you a little bit more loyalty, which unfortunately I cannot do right now. I could also give you some more land. Would develop the trade potential of those provinces. Like you. Oh, you already have the silk one. Or Damascus, which is iron. Production efficiency, trade power, naval force limits, and local sailors modifier. Plus you get another 50% local trade power, which is actually really significant. Yes, I'm going to do that. Especially as actually... Hang on. Oh no, I was looking at something else. Never mind. And then Dumyat could also be... And Rashid. But although these are grain, so they're not as important. Except for the plus 50% trade power. You know what? Screw it. We're going to make that. Merchant guilds. And merchant guilds. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with Cairo because it's my capital. And Jeddah was also going to be merchant guilds. Especially with the incense, which is trade value modifier plus 10%. Yeah, that is a brilliant plan, actually. Okay, so the merchant guild should be quite a lot more powerful. And also extremely loyal. Which means more development cost reduction. Which means I can develop up Sina even easier. Now, are there any other things I can do which reduces development cost? The only one I can think of is get this trade power thing, or this monarch power thing, but I can't do that anytime soon. Racking my brains. I don't think there is. So we're just going to go ahead and do it. Especially in admin. And military. And production if I can afford it.